Hey everyone, and welcome to a new episode of my Parkitect Sandbox park. In the last episode I made this go-kart ride, which is mostly indoors, but also has an outdoor part, as you can see. I think it was a really nice ride to fill up an area that I still had left somewhere in the middle. So in this episode I actually want to work on a new themed area, and I asked you guys in a poll on YouTube what theme you would like to see me do next. And the theme that was chosen the most was actually a snowy mountain. So that's what I'm going to be working on in this episode. So let's abandon the go-kart for now. And I don't know why it keeps showing these prices. Must be a bug. Yeah, these lamps were probably vandalized and then repaired by a mechanic, and sometimes it just keeps showing the price tag. Oh well, I'll just ignore that. So yeah, I want to continue building the park on this side, and I think I can just build the snowy mountain in this region of the park. So I'll probably first extend this path to somewhere over here. And then I'll start building the snowy mountain right next to it. Alright, I've moved the monorail out of the way a bit. Now I'll probably change the layout a few more times throughout this episode, as I built a nice coaster in this area. Now, when you say snowy mountain, of course the first coaster type that comes to mind probably is the Bobsled coaster, and that's what I want to build in this area. And I'll probably also want to have a thrill ride and maybe also a gentle ride in the area. As for thrill rides, well, there isn't really anything snow themed here, I believe. But a ride which I could go for example, is a top scan, as the end of this ride kind of looks like a snowflake, so we could theme it accordingly. Now, what I first want to get started on before I actually build any of the path here is the bobsled coaster. As I'm completely unsure of how big I want this ride to be. I think I just want to first experiment a bit with making a nice track layout, and then after that I'll route the paths through the area. Normally I would do it differently, but I have no idea how big a bobsled coaster layout will be in this game. Something which is nice in this game is that you can actually make curved slopes. You can also have them banked like this. Even outward banked. It's probably not too safe. I just quickly want to see what this looks like. It's probably quite ridiculous. Well, of course it doesn't really have any speed yet here, but yeah, that probably wouldn't be very safe or comfortable. It's definitely nice to see it, that it has actually a possibility to make outward bank turns on a bobsled coaster. Anyway, I will probably start off this ride with a nice curved drop, and I'll try to make a nice layout with some swooping helixes around. And when that's done, I'll probably try to theme it in a way that we actually get sort of like a mountain landscape here. Something which is really nice, which is finally added in this game, is that you can actually have these 45-degree curves. Yeah, they weren't available in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, and I don't believe they were available in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 either. So it's actually nice to finally be able to build these. Okay, I've noticed that this coaster picks up a lot of speed while traveling down this entire track. So it probably will need a mid-course brake run somewhere. So I'll try to find a nice spot for that. Probably somewhere over here would be a nice divider between the two halves of the track. But yeah, I tried to make some high-speed twists here for the coaster to run through. But it just stopped simulating here. So I assume that's where the coaster would normally fly off the track. So it's probably best to prevent that. Alright, this layout looks quite messy, curvy. I really like the way this looks. So yeah, just going to follow this coaster through the layout a bit, and after that I think I'll immediately start doing some landscaping under it. Now I think we can already change the color of the ground here a bit. I want the area here to look snowy and rocky instead of grassy, so that's something we can definitely already do. Now I think it would have been nice if there was actually some track guides here to actually guide the vehicles to the track as you normally see on real versions of this coaster. But I guess this is as good as it will get in this game. Probably some mods that would actually be able to do that. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to do some landscaping now, and I will also immediately try to figure out a good way for a queue path to go through this area. Okay, I've now made a path through this snowy area. Also covered the ground with actual snow. And I did a little bit of landscaping under the coaster. Now, just like in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, you definitely don't want to do all your landscaping just with these, just by dragging these hills. Especially if you want to make your landscape look a bit more mountainous, you'll definitely want to have some cliffs. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make some cliffs, and I'm not going to do all the landscaping here with cliffs and tunnels. I also will place a lot of rocks in between. I'll probably just use gray rocks here, and then use some white rocks at the top, at the higher parts, just to make it look a little bit more mountainous. Anyway, just going to do a little bit of rough landscaping here, just using some cliffs, and then later going to detail it with rocks. Alright, I've been decorating the lift hill a little bit, so it's just to test the direction that I want to go with this. So I had lots of rocks right next to the track. I also put down some of these trees in these icy colors. I think that also works pretty well. Yeah, I quite like the way this is going. Also put some of these bushes down with this white pattern on it. So I think we'll be able to have some nice snowy bushes in this area as well. Anyway, I'm going to leave the lift hill for what it is for now, for a little bit, as I want to make a nice station for this ride. Now, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna go for. Probably something made of wood. Maybe I'll just make it brown to give a nice contrast, or maybe I'll stick to these blue colors. Not really sure yet. I'm going to play around a bit and see what I can come up with. Okay, I actually just noticed these ice borders, and I actually really want to use these, but sadly they only exist in these steeper slopes. So I guess I'll just make the roof steeper then, because I really want to use them. Oh, and there we hit another snag. Of course, I cannot feasibly put them here in the middle in a nice way. Although this does look quite alright. Maybe I can just do like this. Yeah, I'll just do like this. I'll just finish the roof up. I think it will look pretty nice. Alright, I'm just quickly hiding these staff buildings here, just with some simple trees and stuff. Now, I originally planned for there to be several shops and stalls here in this area. Yeah, I don't think that's really feasible anymore with this coaster here in the way. I could connect some shops up to this tunnel, but I think it's not really worth the trouble of doing that. So I will just cover up this area with some trees. I'll also put some extra plants over here. But yeah, that'll be something that I'll do later. Anyway, for now I want to focus on doing some more landscaping around this coaster. It's going to be quite a lot of work. I probably won't finish it all in this episode, but I'll do my best to get as far as possible with it. Alright, this area is still lacking in details a bit, but I think I got most of what I wanted to do for the bobsleigh in this episode done. Yeah, I really like the way it's starting to look with all these rocks here. I think it actually does look kind of like a mountain. I actually really like that you can recolor the trees in this game. Yeah, I've used these fir trees in quite a few areas of the park already. Yeah, being able to recolor them really helps you fit them into any theme, really. So that's really handy. Okay, I think it will be nice to actually take a ride on this coaster, but before we do that, I want to add several more patrons to the park. So let's do that first. Alright, I've added two robots to this area. I think they're most suitable for walking around in the snow. Probably most fitting for this area. They kind of look like snowmen or yetis or whatever. I actually think they're quite charming. Anyway, we actually got a new patron today. So let's name our first entertainer here. Should probably give them a work zone. So yeah, I'll name the first entertainer after our new patron, and her name is Shelly Brink. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining me as a patron, Shelly. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you enjoy your spot here in this new snowy area in the park. And then we have our other new entertainer, our other new patron, and his name will be Husky 101. Yeah, I think Husky 101 is really suitable. It's a really suitable name for an entertainer in this snowy area. So yeah, kind of a nice coincidence how this came about. So yeah, thanks a lot for the support, Husky 101, and I hope you enjoy your spot here in the park as well. I think it's quite fitting. Alright, with that done, yeah, I think that's all the building that I'm going to do for this episode. If you liked watching me build, please consider giving this video a like. It would really help out my channel, and I would really appreciate the support. And if you want to see more videos like these, of course, remember you can always press that subscribe button. You can change your mind anytime. Alright. Oh, I should probably remove this wall here. Alright. yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me build, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.